Hello and welcome, Pisces, to Starstruck Tarot. My name is Daniel Dubois. I'll be doing your general love reading for the first week of August. Okay, so going into your overall energy, we have the Knight of Swords, we have the Lovers, and we have the Ten of Wands. To me, this indicates a choice that you have to make regarding love, possibly because of multiple love connections. And you will understand why as we look into the rest of the cards here. For our first two cards, we have the Hanged Man in reverse and the Two of Swords. Now, to me, this indicates that you are currently not standing in energy that is typically Piscean. I see this as someone who has to make decisions, someone who is pressuring themselves into making a final choice. And I believe that it's regarding possibly two love connections. For my Pisces who are single, this may be two new love interests that you are entertaining at the same time, and you are deciding that enough is enough. You want to settle down with one maybe, or you want to just go in one general direction. And so you're having to choose between these two. And I've got a feeling that they don't know about each other, and you're keeping them in the dark. And it's not something that Pisces enjoys doing, because I say this as a Pisces myself, when we end up in a romantic relationship that is fulfilling, we want to give all of ourselves to that because we're very much givers. And so when you find yourself in multiple relationships having to juggle between two people, we can find ourselves moving out of our true mutable but loving and giving nature. And that's what you are now. You are pressurizing yourself. You're feeling pressurized into having to make a decision between these two. Now, I say two, even for those of you who may be in relationships, maybe there's a new person entering your circle, because for the question, for the overall idea, we have the Ace of Cups. And the Ace of Cups, most aces represent new beginnings, the seed, that new start. And cups, they represent the element water, which involves feelings, our emotions pertaining to different people, our relationships. And so this shows that there's a new love interest in your midst who is in conflict with someone in your past. Maybe you are married or in a long-term relationship with someone else, or have started something more committed. As you can see with the Hierophant here, this is a connection that's more sturdy, that you've had more time with, which comes into conflict with this new energy coming into the mix. As for your present, we see the Devil in reverse, which then feeds into this idea of temptation. This new person entering your hemisphere, let's go with that, is someone who is very tempting to you. You find them very attractive. Maybe they even inspire you to indulge in some of your darker tendencies, but they're very much a thrilling individual, but maybe not the best influence on you. And this leads to your near future, which we see as the Seven of Wands in reverse. And this tells me that you have too many irons basically in the fire. You're juggling these two individuals, and it's not doing well for you, because juggling usually then revolves around lying, keeping secrets. And I'm not saying you're lying, but if you're entertaining two people that don't know about each other, then there are definitely secrets, which is causing you some internal conflict. And I think maybe that is why you're pressurizing yourself into making a decision between these two conflicting energies. So for your 7th and 8th card, which is telling us about how you're feeling right now, we have there we go, zoom back in, there you go, focusing. We have the Page of Cups in reverse. Now, usually pages revolve around good news, about an incoming message or a new relationship, especially with the cups here. And I see this being more you, because the Page of Cups does often represent Pisces as the ingenue, as the young love, as the person who is wanting to bring good news and healing to others. And you're not being yourself right now. That is why it's in the reverse. In that your decision, the having to cut ties with a person, with another person, is going to bring conflict into your life, because having to tell someone that you're no longer going to be following through with a romantic relationship is hurtful. In Pisces, I know myself, I don't like that kind of conflict with hurting other people's feelings. And you're not wanting to do this, but you're feeling compelled because you can no longer juggle these two relationships, which is kind of evidence. We look at the outside influences, the Emperor. I see this as being your romantic interests. Two possibly very different people, in that one is the more sturdier option, maybe the person that you've spent more time with, invested more of your time and love and effort into that relationship, and the other being a more free and exciting kind of relationship. But either way, these are two very strong romantic influences in your life. But because you're having to juggle them, you are feeling, I could say, possibly stretched too thin. You're trying to give your all, but to two separate people. And then what we find is that what's the word here? We overcompensate, and we give more than we can, and it's not fulfilling to you, and it's maybe not fulfilling to the other people that you're involved with. And so you just have to make that decision. And we can see that in your hopes and desires, which is your ninth card. With the cups and the Two of Cups in reverse, I see this as you hoping to end the cycle of juggling between two people by having to choose one person and turning the other person down. So, yeah. And you're sad about it because you don't like the idea of hurting someone's feelings. But you're very much in the mindset that you cannot juggle two separate relationships, and so you're having to pull back your love, take your cup back. Yeah, but we can see, if it's any compensation, that here in your outcomes, you have the Four of Pentacles in the uprights, which shows us stability in the material world. So whatever decision you end up making, it will bring stability back into your life, and that you'll no longer have to juggle these two separate persons. I was gonna say this guy, but for some reason I get this feeling of a masculine energy. You don't have to be a guy or a girl. Energies are just energies, but it feels a very dominant person, two dominant personalities here. And both of them bring you happiness, but in different ways. Whichever you choose, there will at least be stability in your life, because that person then will be the main focus. And you won't have to feel stretched thin and have to juggle between these two people. So yeah, whoever you choose, the outcome will at least be favorable, and that you'll have probably a stronger connection to whoever you choose. So yeah, I hope that helped out in any way possible. So that was my Pisces general love reading for the first week of August. Thank you so much. If you enjoyed this video and you watched it to the end, then please give it a like and a subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.